Alright guys, what is up? It is Nigel from Brutal Speed and Tuning. This isn't going to be the content you're used to seeing on this channel, but I'm deciding to mix it up a little bit. And for those curious on car content, don't worry, it's coming. We've been out, we've been making results, we're getting fast, just a whole new setup, and it has taken its time. I'll kind of give you a glimpse here. Right now the transmission's out, and this is on my cell phone, so I may not even have shined it on the car, but whatever. Car's here, car's still in the picture. This is just something a little different. But anyways, let me show you what I got. So what we have here is a brand new 2023 CFMoto 450 SS. Nebula white, I like the black color better, but harder to get. And instead of waiting around whenever we have part ideas, I just wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way. So honestly, I don't mind it. So to me, this is nice. Like I want to be clear. I'm not an experienced bike guy. I don't have a lot of time riding or experience with different bikes, but to me, this thing is nice. It's basically a Ferrari compared to my Grom. And I understand that's not a fair comparison, but that's what I got. Anyways, we got the screen here. As you can tell, I got it set up in that particular way. At first I was driving with the other mode, and I like that dash setup better. Gear indicator, all that. I put roughly 80 miles on it. It had 40 something already. See, I put 78.5. So it's got 130 miles on it. I know the break-in, they recommend 4,000 RPMs max for 300 miles. 6,000 RPM max for another 300 miles, but that's just impossible, to be honest. It's not even about the power, just like even cruising at 50 miles an hour in 6 gears going 4,000 RPMs. So what we're going to do today is find out what this thing makes. Obviously bone stock, you know, there is no tuning for these as far as I know, but we're just going to see what a bone stock will make. Now anybody who's been around this stuff for a long time like I have, you know there is a difference in dynos. So whenever you're comparing dynos and dyno numbers, things can be confusing. So it's just one of those things. My dyno is generally fairly conservative, but I don't really do a lot of motorcycles. I just own cars. I've seen a pretty wide range. So what we're going to do first is this right here. This is my Grom, bone stock 2017 Honda Grom. It has like an Amazon clutch in it, and that's about it. Kept it stock for many reasons. One, I just like driving it, and two, because I always want to dyno it. Well, now I'm motivated and I have a little time. So this is my setup here, and this is just how I'm doing it. Once again, this is not a motorcycle dyno, this is a car dyno that I'm using, but it gives you an idea at least. So when we see what this thing makes, it'll give you a good idea what to compare to for the CFMoto. As far as how the load is set up, for those who are familiar with stuff, it's a medium motorbike. There's like, you can do small motorbike, large motorbike. I'm just going to stick with medium. But that'll be what determines. And honestly, all that determines really is it could affect the numbers just a hair. When I think of small, I think of like a little mini, like a Predator or something like that. And maybe I'm wrong. It's okay though. But what we're looking for is the same day comparison with a dyno. That, same day, same dyno, two bikes, just to get a good idea. So now I'm going to do a few runs on this thing, and we're going to just see what it looks like, and then we will get this thing off of here and get the CFMoto 450 SS on. For those curious on the dyno, it's a Dyno Dynamics, Dyno Tech. I've had it for, I want to say like 7 years now, something like that. We put it through its paces for sure. Definitely makes some big power with it. This 80 current motor is how it applies load. It helps a ton on boosted stuff, but and it also works on naturally aspirated stuff. Because you see a lot of times naturally aspirated vehicles will be over-timed because they're on inertia dynos that can't load properly. All right, as you saw, I did a pull. As you saw by the graph, I did 3 pulls. I think I'll do some more analyzing here shortly. But 7 horsepower, 6 foot-pounds of torque. I could have showed more pulls, but we don't want the YouTube video to extend into the hour-long range because, man, does it take forever. That was 4th gear, closest 1-to-1 gear. Not saying it's necessary or makes a big difference, but just for the sticklers out there for doing a dyno pull on 1-to-1, there you go. Anyways, that is what we got for the Grom. Now I'm gonna take a little bit to get this thing unstrapped and then get the CFMoto over here and figure out how to strap it down for the first time. All right, guys, we have the 450 on the dyno, similar strap down technique as a Grom. And we're gonna see what it does. Solid Grom made roughly 7 horsepower, 6 foot-pounds of torque. So I'll do the same thing on this, do a couple pulls, and we'll see what it does. As you can tell, that is the total mileage. I understand some of you are going to say you shouldn't dyno it yet because the break-in is not complete. We've been doing engines for years. Typically the break-in consists of a few, maybe 1 or 2 heat cycles, do some driving at varying RPMs on the dyno, and then let it rip. Never had an issue. I bought this thing, I think it had 47 miles on it. So I am 100% certain whoever test drove it before me, or however they got it, flogged on it, because that's just how test drives work. But I just want to kind of give you guys a rundown of that. So we're going to see what this thing does, and let's compare it to the Grom. As you can see, made 44 horsepower roughly. You know, wound out to almost 12 grand, and it's not dying off badly. I'd be curious to see what this thing would do with tuning when and if that's an option. But for now, it's a solid start, so at least you can get an idea what to expect out of your CFMoto. All right, guys, just a good overlay real quick of the Grom and the 450 SS. Obviously, drastically different. They should be. They're way different. But if you're somebody like me who's not into bikes, who went from a Grom to this next level right here, it gives you a good idea of what you're going to, you know, a little over 6 times the power increase in stock Grom. Most people don't have stock Groms. I just haven't cared to modify mine. So there you guys have it. Good dyno numbers. I'm honestly not far off on these smaller vehicles. When it comes to comparing dyno numbers from dyno to dyno, there's so many variables, from weather correction to type of tire used, air pressure, lock-up transmission, non-lock-up, yada yada yada. Lots of variables there. But the big thing was I hadn't really seen any dyno numbers posted on a chassis dyno. And it looks like, I mean, it did not hit the limiter. It's just I stopped pulling there because it was already laying over, but this thing's probably got some potential with some modifications when that can be done. I did pull in fifth on this one just because I knew I was going to run some mile per hour, and I don't like the way I have it strapped. If I was to do more of these, which really isn't the plan, I mostly just plan on figuring stuff out on the one I have. I would have a better strap down system. I just didn't, and I ran over 100 on that last two pulls, and I do not like my current strap down method for that. So I can tell you from experience that 6 gear being 1-to-1, I'm not going to see a difference in power really. If anything, it might be a little less just because of heat soak with how the longer pull takes. How longer the pull? I can't talk. Anyways, that's what we got. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I want to say once again, I'm not a bike expert. This is really the first year I've ever ridden anything. I don't pretend to know anything. We do cars for a living. John, who works here, got me into bikes. And even then, I don't really have a desire to have leader bikes or any of that stuff. I think I enjoy the smaller stuff more. I got a 2,000 horsepower Mustang if I want to go fast. But I just and I figure this is a good platform to make some parts for that are stateside. That is a big thing, and I think that it's good to see a base of what you're getting when you buy one off the factory floor. So thanks for you guys for watching. Sorry if I suck at YouTube, but appreciate the support.